Good evening, world. It's Ivan Amir. It's 5 o'clock. Hope you guys enjoyed my video I made this morning. Yeah. I watched my show. I went to the store. I got my various smokes. I watched my show. Then after that, I finished part 8 of Rabbi's walkthrough. Then I watched some Neatus and some John Campia. And now I'm making this video, obviously. There's nothing to watch, so... Well, there is stuff to watch, but I don't feel like watching it right now, right? Yeah. Obviously. Hope you guys enjoy my video when I talk about the Gray Escape. I don't talk about the Gray Escape much because the Gray Escape is my second movie. Whereas my main movie that I'm focused on is Xanus, because Xanus is based off my novel that I wrote. My amazing masterpiece that I wrote, The Last Work of Xanus. I wrote a masterpiece. There's a reason why the gates won't control your brand, Ivan. Because Xanus is a masterpiece. It's an amazing book that I wrote. Yeah, man. Samsara? Ivan, for your casting announcement, once you sign the Xanus Stars, are you going to make a video? Yeah, I might make a promo video where, like, it shows all the actors who are casted for the role. And you also get the written casting announcement news on my Sky Source News. Yeah. You do some little video where it shows all the actors chosen, and the interviews are featured on the Sky Source News, and it's written. And you know how Marvel did their casting announcement for Doomsday? Yeah, you have something like that. You can have the doc team film a video, and it shows all the actors chosen for the role. But for the interviews, I want it written instead of having them interview them in the video. Yeah. Because in Hollywood, when actors get signed, they don't do interviews like video interviews. They do written interviews in Hollywood. In sport leagues, they do press conferences when they sign the superstar players. But in Hollywood, the entertainment industry, they don't have press conferences when actors get signed in Hollywood. It's a written interview, yeah, written announcement. Or for the casting announcement, I can do some video, like Marvel, like the Marvel casting announcement in Avengers Doomsday. Yeah, something cool like that. Except you show their faces. Don't do a thing where you just film the name on the chair. No, you show the actors' faces and they're chosen. And you end it off with me and VJ. Ivan's playing Tactius, VJ's playing Lithia, and the whole world's going bonkers, going crazy. Holy shit. The actors are chosen. Yeah, the actors are chosen. So what I can do is once the actors sign their contracts, I'll have my doc team, okay, I want you to film a quick video for the promo of the casting albums. Okay, Ivan. And they film all the actors chosen, the main stars, and even the minor characters. Film that too. Before we use the takeouts and they part out my house. Me and VJ, I don't know, 500, 600, 700 in our house. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry. The whole was going crazy, for Xanus. Yeah. The 5 years are gonna go by fast though. Before you know it, first year goes by. I announced my 7 team. You get the announcement of the 7 team, obviously. And then you get the announcement of my directors. I'm not gonna announce the photographers has just you don't have to announce those guys. But the producers, you have to announce them. So if Peter's chosen, you get the news. Peter Jackson's a chosen director. They interview him. And then Peter signs his contract. His contract is now listed on my website. And I sign Fran. I sign Barry Osborne. I sign John Howe, Alan Lee. Guillermo Toro as my assistant director. They're also my producers. And they interview all those guys. John Howe, you don't have to interview them. Just interview the producers and the directors. Obviously. And the movie's greenlit, and you get the news as Xanus is a $1.8 billion budget. A $1.8 billion budget for the 3 volumes of Xanus. Yeah. Think something like Lord of the Rings on steroids. Looking at a sick movie. Eratat's a devil, man? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's why the Gates want to control your brand, Ivan. Because they know how good it is, man. They want to, the Gates want to suck all your money and give you peanuts. You and VJ peanuts and dupe you and not have you live that amazing life. The Gates don't want me making my 10, 14, 15, 20 million off my book. They want me to make my 50 million, 70 million off my book, and they take all my money and they dupe me, VJ, and they have me be sales in Hollywood under the Hollywood companies, the Hollywood executives. Yeah. And my life's destroyed. I'm sharing with the world. And VJ's garbage and trash, and we don't get the genetic birth. My life was destroyed, man. The Gates take all my money, yeah. That's why God gave you the keys. That way you don't have to sell the Gates in Hollywood. Samsara? That's why God gave you the keys, Ivan. That way you don't have to sell to the Gates in Hollywood. Yeah. You can make your billions, I don't know, your 20 billion off your book. And with that money, you and VJ can start your own Sky Source film studio buried in the Hollywood companies. And I can fund Zanes for $1.8 billion. $1.8 billion. But if I make 20 billion, I can even fund it for 2. $1.8 billion's enough. I'm not gonna put more than $1 billion. That's more than enough money. $1.8 billion towards Zanes is more than enough. And I'll put $333 million towards special effects, visual effects towards each of my movies. That's what it is when I heard it for the horror, the wolves, and the bats, and the world building, something beautiful, and a war better than Helm's Deep. People would tell me, Ivan, think of Helm's Deep on steroids, man. You're looking at a sick war. Like, because you're putting so much money towards the visual effects, Ivan. He's like, think of a war that'll blow my Helm's Deep war out of the water. People tell me that. The battle scenes. Ivan, your battle scenes, your war is going to be unheard of. It's going to blow my Lord of the Rings battle sequences and wars out of the water, Ivan. People tell me that. And you're looking at real demonic beings, devils and demons. I showed you guys the clips, right? You're looking at demons. With the movie, yeah. And that's why I'll have crazy white buzz. Xanus. You know what? Something tells me John Campea is not going to retire. I think when I'm king, he's still going to be doing YouTube. He loves it. He loves this job, man. I don't think John's going to retire. I know he says he's going to retire. I don't think he's going to retire. I think he's going to still be doing YouTube even when I'm king. Something tells me he's still going to be doing YouTube. John Campea. Yeah. Yeah, I want to retire, but Ivan's going to be king soon. And fuck, will it be cool to be hyped about Ivan's movie, yeah. Well, the movie pundits won't talk about my movie in the public eye, but they're gonna mention code words about my movie. Like, oh my fucking god, did you see that fucking trailer? Holy fucking shit. They're using code words. They're excited for the movie. It's crazy, man. Yeah. If you think John Campea is gonna go bonkers for Doomsday and Secret Wars and Superman, nothing. He's going absolute bonkers crazy for Xanus. Because I'm the son of God, and VJ's the spirit of God. I'm much more famous than all these Hollywood celebrities, man. That's why the world's going crazy, bonkers. The fame is crazy, man. There's a reason why the Xanus stars are going to bed, because the fame is unheard of. It's crazy fame. Samsara? It's crazy, unheard of fame, my fame. For Xanus. And Eratat, no more demons. It's crazy. That's why I guarantee we'll go war touring for Xanus. All over Canada, America, Europe. It's crazy. Samsara? Yeah. Well, the Gates want to control your Xanus and Ivan. Yeah, they do. They want to control it because they don't want anyone around the world controlling their own money. Even me, even the person who's God, who created the universe, you don't want him controlling his own money. Because you think you have the right to control his money when you didn't create this place. Yeah, Ivan, like, we know who we are. We're the gatekeepers. We're the god of the money system in the world, Ivan. We own everything in the world, Ivan. Yeah, I know you do, but you didn't write my book. You don't own it. But I have the keys. I'm to sell to you. This money's for me, VJ. It's not for you. And they get pissed off and they use scare tactics. because they're what? They don't want me getting VJ all fresh myself, and they don't want me being king and VJ king with me. Obviously, they're crazy people. Samsara. Yeah. Yeah. Samsara. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, people tell me, Ivan, you have no idea like how amazing your movie will look, man. You're putting like almost $2 billion towards your movie. Ivan, no movie has ever been made. Ivan, no movie has been made for $1 billion, and you're making Zane's for almost $2 billion. My God, he's like, holy shit! Like this is an unlimited budget, man. This is like unlimited resources. Ivan, we can afford to do this for the extras, for the costumes, for the armor, for the weapons, for the machines, for the mask. You know what I'm saying? For the visual effects, for the special effects, for the sets, for the armored weapons, for the score. We can pay the Hollywood actors a lot of money, more than what they make in Hollywood. Hence, they're going to work harder for me. For the cameras, the equipment for the cameras, the drones. Yeah, we're getting all the best stuff. He's like, Ivan, we're getting all the best stuff, man. The best stuff in America, yeah, for the movies. Yeah, all the best stuff we're getting for the movie. Yeah, when we do the business calls, right? Yeah. Hence why all the actors who are competing for the job for Zane's are really going to compete hard because they want to be in my movie so bad. Yeah, I want to be in Ivan's movie, get paid all that money, get out of the Hollywood system, and experience that glory and fame with King Ivan and Queen VJ. They want to experience that glory and fame and success with me, man. Yeah, that's why they're all going to compete hard. Russell Crowe will compete hard for Maramis. Timothy Chalamet is going to compete hard for Bavaria. Yeah, it's crazy. They're all competing hard. Daniel Kaluuya is going to compete hard with John Boyega. It's crazy. Everyone wants a job, man. They want the job. It's crazy, Samsara. Yeah, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Samsara? Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. I told you, even the two $50 million budget movies, the three $50 million. So by then, more Marvel movies will be coming out. Xanus will be released probably around. I'll probably be king in like, I don't know, 2032, 2033 around there. 2031, 2032, 2033 around there, I'm king. And I start Sky Source in 2034. So I'll be filming Xanus in 2037, I believe, right? My math is right? By then, a lot of Marvel movies will be coming out, and DC movies will be coming out. Like DC will be like, I don't know, like 8 movies in by the time I film Xanus. James Gunn's DC universe, obviously. Unless I grab James Gunn from DC, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah, and then once the Xanus movie's greenlit and pre-production starts, the whole world's tuning into all the trends in my Sky Source website. Xanus is the Sky Source Xanus movie is the main event. All these movies are a side attention. Even the big movies, like the big Marvel movies, DC movies coming out, the big like 300, $250 million budget movies are a side tension in Hollywood. My $1.8 million Sky Source movie with VJ is the main event. That's why all the Hollywood actors are desperately networking with the Xanus stars, because they all feel like shit. They're left behind, and their career is the side tension. Their movies are all the side tension. Xanus is the main event. Yeah. So I'm saying. So your world tour Ivan will be like Comic Con. Yeah, my world tour is like Comic Con, but it's not on YouTube. I didn't sell to the gates, so it's not going to be posted on YouTube. It's all behind the scenes. The only stuff you're gonna get from the world tour are the fans who make videos with their phone. Some fans will post like 50-second clips, 2-minute clips of me speaking with VJ and the actors, and they post it on X and it's trending. But like no one's filming it. It's all behind the scenes. Yeah. Well, you have people do one-on-one interviews with you and the actors. Most likely not that, but it's most likely just the press interview with you have the bunch of chairs, and then all the actors sit down and you have the interview. They interview us, and the fans who pay for the event, they get to experience the amazing glory of God. Because when I talk, I put on a show. VJ puts on a show too, but VJ's not as funny as me, right? I'm funnier than VJ. Don't hate me, you know what I'm saying? VJ is funny too, but she's not as funny as me. VJ's funny too, though, man. She has a sense of humor. She's funny. She's funny. Yeah. She has a sense of humor, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I saw her videos when they interviewed her. She has a sense of humor too. But she's not me. She's not as funny as me. I'm funnier than her, you know what I'm saying? Don't hate me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. And because the Xanus stars are getting paid for the event, they're going to put on a show where they're going to give the fans a good experience at the event. Because they're getting paid for it. A lot of money for it. And so they're gonna do their best to give the fans a good experience. But those actors are not me. They're not as funny as me. They're normal compared to me. Hence why me and VJ are ultimately the main show. But they're gonna put on a show too and give the fans a good experience. And try their best to be funny, but they're not funny. You know what I'm saying? Don't hate them. So, yeah. So I'm saying. Oh, I work at Denny's tomorrow. Every time I'm off, the day goes by so fast. I woke up at 9 this morning. I made my video. It's already coming to 6 o'clock. It's crazy how time flies by now. And tomorrow I work at Denny's. And I work at Denny's on Wednesday. And I don't know if I work Thursday. Hopefully, I most likely do work Thursday. Or I might only work maybe Friday, Sunday this week. I don't know. Yeah. A good 4 more years is I'm done. 4 more years of dishwashing, I'm done. I'm sick and tired of being a poor bum dishwasher. I'm not supposed to be doing these shitty jobs. I'm supposed to be successful. But the Falcons betrayed me, hence why what? But I wrote my book. I'm going to get it proofread this year. And it's on my cover, and it's ready to do exactly. I'm going to work dishwashing for another maybe 4 years. And I'm going to let the Falcons know. I want to get this all published. Yeah. I know what I have to do to be king. I have to pay the ultimate price. And once I get it over with, I get to be king. And I get VJ out of Hollywood. She's fresh. She sees the light. No more hell. And I'm taking my money. I'm taking my money. I'm peacing out. I wish you guys the best. Don't hate me. Listen, yeah. Some Zara. Yeah. So if you're saying Xanus will have crazier buzz than the Gray Escape, yes, it will. The Gray Escape will have crazy buzz too, because I have a lot of A-listers in the movie. But even then, it's not going to have the buzz that Xanus will have, because Xanus is a masterpiece of a story, and Air 10 of them are demons. And it's an almost $2 billion budget movie, and Air 10 of them are walking devils and demons, and the story is better than the Gray Escape. Hence why it will have crazier buzz than the Gray Escape. But the Gray Escape will have crazy buzz too, but not the kind of buzz that Xanus will have. Xanus will have crazy buzz, man. It's crazy. International glory, fame, crazy man. Yeah. I know some of you guys are pissed off that my movies are not straight to theaters. They're not released at the theaters, but the theater thing doesn't work. Yeah. Because people ask me, Ivan, how are you going to distribute your movie? Like, are you going to do streaming? You want to put it on theaters? I'm like, yeah, Peter, the theater thing doesn't work. Yeah, Peter, Ivan, you're right. The theater thing is too crazy. It won't work. Like, you're looking at 1 billion plus people going to the theater. The theaters can't handle all that, Ivan. That's too much people. Yeah, the movie theaters around the world in Europe and North America can't handle 1 billion people going to the theaters. It's too crazy. The theaters we booked for like 4 months, every time slot of the day booked. And a lot of people are going to want to see my movies 2-3 times. So if a lot of people in the world want to see my movie 2-3 times, the theaters will be booked for like 7, 8, 9 months. It's crazy. Here's like, yeah, Ivan, it's too crazy. Your best bet's either straight to streaming or straight to 4K Blu-ray, Ivan. And I'm choosing straight to 4K Blu-ray for my company. That's why I recommend you put money into a theater system, guys. That way you get a beautiful theatrical experience at home when you watch our movies. Here's the argument, it's fine. The world's still going to get an amazing experience at home. It's all that technology with the 4K Blu-ray, Dolby Vision, Dolby Sound, and they put money into the theater system. They're going to get an amazing experience at home. Yeah, you guys are going to get a theatrical experience at home. Because guaranteed most people in the world will follow my advice. They're all going to put money into a theater system. That way they get a nice theatrical experience at home for my movie. You don't have to, but if you want to get the theatrical experience with the surround sound, the speakers and everything, obviously I recommend you put money into the theater system. That way you get an unheard of theatrical experience at home. My movie, right? My Xanus movie, yeah. Which a lot of people will. They're going to put money into a theater system. That way they get a good experience at home, yeah. So, Sarah? Ivan, please film the world tour. I could film the world tour, but I can't have my doc film 80 interviews. That's crazy. Well, you can do it. You can have the doc. You can do a documentary of the world tour, and they film glimpses of some of the interviews and the behind the scenes of the parties. You can do that, but it's just going to cost more money. I have to fly like a good 3 cameramen with me, 4 cameramen with me to film it. And I have to now pay for their food and pay for their feeding and their living, which I can easily afford as pocket change, but it's just going to cost more money. The world tour, it's best to just keep behind the scenes. You guys, I'm not going to film the world tour. The world tour is all behind the scenes. Yeah, peace out. You're not going to see that. It's your fault, by the way. Had you put me in the public eye, you would have seen me in the public eye, and now it's all behind the scenes that you very deserve. There you go. Some Sarah. Yeah. Ivan, will you get interviewed for your book? No, I won't, because how will they contact me? Yeah, I don't have one. Once I make the money off my book, I'm not going to have a website or anything like that. So how will the people contact me? They can't contact me in VJ, hence I will not be doing interviews for the book. But a lot of fans are going to be coming up to me in VJ asking us for pictures. And the people who have my book with them are going to ask me to sign their books. Ivan, you sign my book, and I sign their books. Ivan, did you really write this book on your own? Like, yeah, I wrote it with no help? Yeah, I wrote it with no help. Holy shit, Ivan, this is the best fans novel I've ever read in my life. I enjoyed this more than Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, and Game of Thrones. George R. R. Martin's Game of Thrones. Yeah, and I'm a famous author. So at first, I'm going to enjoy myself as a famous author, obviously. The most famous author in the world. And my book is #1 on the charts. Bestseller list. Beating out Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones and Malzahn and Wheel of Time and Stormlight in copies sold. My book will sell like 650, 700 million copies sold around there. It's crazy. And I make like my 10, my 14, my 16, my 20 million off the book. Yeah. Because VJ will be so curious. No, Ivan, seriously, man, like, we're in the hotel room, you know what I'm saying? Like, how much money is being off your book, by the way? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you want to know, VJ? Yeah, I want to know. I made $20 billion. You made $20 billion off your book? I'm like, yeah, I made $20 billion off my book. She's like, holy shit. That's a lot of money. Yeah, it's a lot of money, man. Some saying? Yeah. Obviously, she's like, Ivan, are you bluffing, man? Are you bullshitting me, man? Did you really make that money? I'm like, okay. You don't believe me? I call my Scotiabank number, and I have the automatic voice say how much money. What can we help you with? I'm like, account balance. You have $20,527,000,000 in your bank. You know, I said, he's like, holy shit, Ivan, you're not bluffing. No, I have 20 in my bank. He's like, holy shit, Ivan, we can achieve our dream and start that film studio. I know. We can achieve our dream and start that film studio. Yeah, man, together. We can achieve the dream and start that film studio. EVJ. We can achieve the dream and start that film studio, Samsara. Yeah. And live the life. Okay, VJ, before we start Skies Entertainment, hey, well, after I tell you how much money we made, I want to go out to a restaurant with you in Los Angeles, and after that, we go clubbing. I'll be trying, by the way. I don't know, me making out with VJ at the club, and people are taking videos and pictures, and it's trending on X. It's crazy. Whole tuning in, obviously. And we can stay in Los Angeles for maybe another day, do some stuff in Los Angeles. And after that, we're getting out of America and we're flying to Vancouver. That's where we're living. Because I saved your ass. I made money for me and you. And we're going to register for I'll book a luxury hotel suite where we're staying. And I'm going to call Scotiabank in Vancouver and make an appointment to register for at that new branch. Because right now, I'm at Scotiabank in Almer. When I moved to Vancouver, I have to register with a new branch because I no longer live in Elmer, Quebec. I live in Vancouver, BC, British Columbia. So I'll contact a Scotiabank there. Scotiabank's the bank I'm going with, and then we'll register for our cards. And the best way to make it work with me and VJ is we share the same account, but we have our own card. So VJ has her own Visa and debit card. I have my own Visa and my own debit card. We share the account together. That's how it's going to work. Now, once that's over with, now me and VJ can do our clothing. We can take care of all our personal stuff first. And once all our personal stuff is taken care of, then we can contact George. And he flies to Vancouver. He's going to help me and VJ start Skies Entertainment. Our own film studio, better than Hollywood Systems. Sarah? Yeah. That's how it's going to work. We buy the jets, we renovate the jets, we buy the yachts, we make plans to build our 500, 600, 700. If I make 20, I'll put 800 million towards my house, or 800 million in our house. Something unheard of, like Incredibles. And then once that's taken care of, we can now contact George. And George is going to help us plan Skies Entertainment. Well, I'm going to have Skies Entertainment be non-union. I don't want it to be union. I don't want to follow all the annoying rules. Because if your company is union, you have to follow all the rules. You actually have to follow the rules. Whereas non-union, you don't have to follow the rules. But I want the actors are going to be represented by agents and managers, obviously, but it's non-union. I'm not following the annoying union rules, SAG rules, right? I have my own rules for my company. I pay the actors whatever I want, the crew whatever I want. We can eat anytime we want. I can choose what time we eat. Whereas for the union, if it's unionized, you have to eat you actually have to follow the rules of when the actors eat, how much food they eat. It's crazy. You have to follow all these annoying rules. Yeah, that's why I'm not going to have my company unionized. I'm going to have my company non-union. But the actors will have agents and managers, obviously. But it's non-union. My company, it's not union, which is better, right? Yeah. Samsara? So, Sarah? Yeah. You think George Lucas will tell me I made the right choice not selling? Yeah, he will. You know what I'm saying? He's like, Ivan, man. He's like, Ivan, you're brave, man. Like, nobody would ever fuck with the gatekeepers, man. And you chose to die instead of selling out to them, man. You made the right choice, Ivan. It would have duped you, man. You have no idea how rich. He will tell me, Ivan, Vijay, you have no idea how rich your families are, man. Your families are the gatekeepers, the most powerful families in the world. All the money in the world they control, it goes to them, Ivan. They're trillionaires, man. They have tens of trillions in the bank, if not hundreds of trillions in the bank, Ivan. It would have duped you. And now you didn't sell them, and now you get your freedom, and you made your billions, and now all the box office money goes to you and Vijay, Ivan. It all goes to you guys. You made the right choice, Ivan, not selling to your family, Ivan. I know, you made the right choice. Even though it was scary to die, you woke up and you got over with, and you made the right choice, Ivan. Yeah, I made the right choice. And I get Vijay all fresh to myself, smoking ongoing beauty. Some Sarah. I get her all to myself, fresh with glowing beauty, and she gets me all to herself too, obviously. Otherwise, yeah, Ivan, your life would have been destroyed. You would have been sharing with the whole world forever, yeah, with a garbage wife. Vijay's are garbage and trash. I would have been sharing with the whole world forever with Vijay. Our life would have been destroyed, man, and we're salts in the Hollywood system. The Hollywood companies are taking all our money and giving us peanuts. They would have duped us, man. Yeah, that's why I'm not selling. I'm not selling and sharing with a garbage wife. No way, I'm not accepting that curse. Are you crazy? And the money off the book is for me, Vijay. It's not for you. Zero. That money is for me, Vijay. It's not for you. I own the brand, the Xanus Brand. It's my money. I know you don't want me being a famous author, being a famous movie star, making my billions off my box office and all stuff. I know you're envious. You're not touching a dime off my money. On my book. This money's for me. It's not for you. I'm sorry. Yeah. And now that I didn't sell to the gates, I have my freedom. I can now, all the actors chosen for Xanus, all my other movies, I can get them out of the Hollywood system. They're out of the Hollywood system. I can pay them more than what they make in Hollywood, and they get to experience that glory and success and fame with me and Vijay for the movie. The crazy worldwide blessing of the movie, something crazy, the worldwide fame, international fame. That's crazy, man. Yeah. Ivan, how crazy is your fame? It's the whole it's a viral thing going on all over the world, man. It's crazy. Like once you see the trends on X, it's trending. You see that it's me and VJ. We're the number one trending thing on X, obviously, and the whole world is tuning into the trends. That's why me and VJ feel on top of the world. We just like, oh my god, Ivan, I feel so on top of the world. This is like an adrenaline rush. It's crazy. Wherever we go, people take reels and pictures of us. We're the main around the world, but trending, and everyone's tuning into the trends. Yeah, it's crazy. That's why I mean, VJ feel on top of the world. And those Hollywood actors, chosen for Xanus, now feel on top of the world because they're a part of the experience with us for the movie. They're the stars of my movie, and they're all also feel on top of the world. That's why they're gonna beg after Xanus, because they felt on top of the world. They were saved. They don't want to be left behind, and they know even though they're gonna go to Hollywood, they'll get paid more money. They're the side tension, and they're left behind, and they're a part of the Hollywood system. They'd rather work for me than work in Hollywood. My hobbies were in Hollywood, and they want to be saved. They won't be left behind those Xanus stars. Hence why they're gonna beg, man. But you're not good for the great Silicon Reeves, guys. You're not good. So I'm sorry. You're not good for the movie, man. I know you can cry all you want and beg. You're not good for the movie, man. I'm not gonna let you do that, man. I'm not gonna have the same actors in my fucking next movie. You crazy guys? Because they don't care. Ivan, like I know you think I'm like John Megan might tell me, Ivan, I know you think I'm joking around. I'm not playing around, man. Can you please resign, man? I want to be in that Secret Agent with Ivan. I don't want to go back to Hollywood, Ivan. Please. Please, Ivan. Like, I'm begging you, man. Please, they'll say he might tear off. Like, look, man, you can cry. I'm sorry, man. You're not good for that movie, man. You're gonna go back to Hollywood. That man you already deserve. I'm sorry. Because they don't want to be left behind, man. Come on, man. They were saved. They know as long as they're in my movie and they're a part of the main event with me for my movie, their career feels like it's worth a lot. It feels like it means something. Your career feels like it means something for my movie. because you're a part of the buzz and fame with me. You're a part of it. You're the main event with me, and your career, you're getting paid all that money. You're a famous movie star with me in the movie. Your career feels like it means something. It feels like it's worth a lot. Whereas when you go back to Hollywood, even though you're getting paid a lot of money, and fans are watching your movies are a side tangent. Your career feels worthless. It's not worthless, but it feels worthless. They have that shitty feeling of having a worthless career. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing The Great Escape. John May and all them and Idris Elba are doing their movies in Hollywood. They're filming their movies, but like the fans are not really tuning into their. They're not really interested in their movies. They're tuning in here and there, but there's a side tension, and everyone's buzzing about The Great Escape with Keanu Reeves, and they feel like total shit. They're left behind, and they feel like shit. That's why they're gonna bank. If he just re-signed him, it's crazy, man. Well, I'm not gonna resign you, man. You're not good for The Great Escape with Keanu Reeves, man. You're not good. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Some Sarah? I got 3 beers left. Yeah. Yeah. Some Sarah? Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go on the treadmill. What time you go? I'll go around, I don't know, 10:30, 11. I'll go. I'm gonna go to bed. I have work at 8 tomorrow at Dinty's. So I'm gonna try my best to go 5 to 7 days a week, so I can burn these calories and lose this weight, man. Yeah, I took 2 weeks off and I haven't been eating. My eating hasn't been the greatest, so I'm gonna start fresh today and be serious, obviously. Yeah. Yeah. So once Xanus is greenlit and you announce the cast of directors, yeah, the whole world's going crazy. Yeah, the whole world's buzzing about it, man. Holy shit, Peter Jackson's a chosen director. Guillermo del Toro's the assistant director, and like you see their contracts. Peter signed a massive deal. Yeah. If I make 20, Peter signed like a 1.4 billion deal. He signed like a 1 point. If Peter makes 850, because if I make 20 off the book, I can give Peter like 250 million a game. If I make 20, but I might not make 20, I might make 14. Yeah. Yeah. If I make 10 to like 12, Peter gets 650. If I make 13, 14, I can give Peter maybe 700. And then 15, 16, he can get 750. 17, 18, 800. And 19, 20, he gets his 850. So if I make 20 off the book, I can give Peter 250 million for the game. So 85 plus 250 plus 180 for the merch plus 850 for the box office. That's a 1.3. No, that's a 1,365,000,000 deal. In New Zealand money, Peter signed like a 1.4 billion deal in New Zealand money. A 1.3 Canadian deal, which is like a 1.4 billion New Zealand deal if I make my 20. So the only way I'll give Peter money for the game is if I make my 20 plus. If I make 20, I don't mind giving Peter $250 million of the game because I know I'm going to make more off the movie. I'll make at least my, I don't know, my 10, 11 off the movie. 10 off the movie, right? 9 off the movie, a bit more. But chances are I'm going to make maybe 10, 14. If I make 14, Peter, I can give Peter 700. But he doesn't get any money off the game, and he gets, I'm not going any higher than 180 for the merge. That's enough for Peter. And then 700, Peter signed like a 9, like 60 million deal in Canadian money, which is like about a 1.2 billion deal if Peter makes 700. About around there, right? Peter's on a massive deal. And Mel Gibson's on a massive deal too. Like it's 300 something million American deal, Mel Gibson. Massive contract for those guys. All the directors are shocked. Holy shit, Peter signed a massive deal, man. A 1.1, a 900 million Canadian deal, a 1.3 billion Canadian deal. If I make my 20, holy shit, Peter's on a massive on. Yeah, I got $1.3 900 million Canadian deal. It's a huge deal for Peter. What about 500 million for the game? I'm like, Peter, man, you're getting greedy. I'm not gonna pay more. I'm just messing, man. This is enough money for me, man. I'm just being greedy. Yeah, Peter. If you think I'm gonna give you like a $2 billion deal, you're fucking crazy, man. You're now ripping me off. You're never gonna make this money, Howard, Peter. What I'm paying you is not. Stop being greedy, man. A 900 million Canadian deal is 1.1 billion in New Zealand money. That's a billion plus deal for you. Stop being greedy. That's enough. Or if you make your 850 and your 250 million for the game, and 180 million for the merge, you sign your 1.3 billion deal in Canadian money, which is like a 1.6-7 billion deal in. No, if Peter gets 850 and 250 million for the game, he signed like a 1.6 billion deal in his New Zealand money, man. A huge contract. And 1.6 billion is like Peter's walking away with like 800 million in his bank, around 900 to 800 million in his bank. He signed a huge deal. But chances are Peter's going to make his 650 or 700 million around there off the box office. So he signed like a 80 million deal. He signed like about a 1.2 billion deal. And he walks away with about 700, 670 million in his bank, 660 million in his bank around there. 700 million. That's good enough for Peter, man. That's enough money for me. That's a lot of gold, Ivan. I know, Peter. You happy? I don't have this, Ivan. Sign me up. This is more than what I made for the Hobbit Lord of the Rings, Ivan. He's like, Ivan, fuck Hollywood, man. I'm gonna work much harder for you, man. You paid me more money. You gave me my freedom. You gave me better perks, and you gave me an unlimited 1.8 budget. I'm gonna work much harder for you, Ivan. I know, Peter. And he works really hard for me because I pay him a lot of money. He's getting paid the big bucks. And that's where all the Xanus stars chosen for Xanus, once they see Peter's contract, they're like, "What the fuck, man?" They saw my videos, obviously, and they see the contracts. Holy shit, man! Ivan's paying Peter way more than all of us, man. I'm like, yeah, because Peter's my star director, and he's much bigger than you guys, man. He's a multi-billionaire. He's way bigger than you guys. That's why I'm paying more money than you, obviously. So I'm saying, some of them will be a bit pissed off. Look, man. If you think about the amount of money I'm paying Peter, you're going to be pissed off, but just know I gave you a good deal. You guys don't make this in Hollywood. You still signed your massive deals, but compared to Peter's contract, it's pocket change. But stop thinking about Peter's deal and just know that I gave you a good deal for the movies, I'm sorry. Yeah. Peter is much bigger than you, that's why I'm paying him the big bucks. And he's also my star director. In my opinion, your star directors, you got to pay them, man. You got to make sure they get paid. It's important that you pay your directors, Ivan. You have to get paid, man. You gotta get paid, son. Yeah. I'm sorry? Yeah. So the work will be hard for Peter. The work will be hard for Peter because he's older now. Peter will be like, I don't know, 69 when I sign him. 2033 is what? That's 9 years from now. Peter is 61 now. Yeah, by the time I sign Peter, he'll be like 70. 71. By the time he directs a movie, he'll be like 73, 74. So he's older now. The work is a bit tougher for him, but he's still going to work really hard for me because I'm paying him the big bucks. Yeah. But if you tell me, yeah, I'm not as young as I used to be in Lord of the Rings, man. When I directed Lord of the Rings, I was a young dude. I was like your age, Ivan. I was like 38, 40. And now I'm in my 70s. I know my time flies by. I'm like, yeah, Ivan. When I directed Lord of the Rings, my children were little kids, and now I have grandkids. Yeah, he has grandkids now. His kids have kids now. It's crazy, huh? How time flies. He has grandkids now. Yeah, it's crazy. But Peter will work really hard for me because I'm paying him a lot of money. And he doesn't want to fuck up my movie, my brand. That's why, like, you're gonna see all the movie pundits encoding. Yeah, Peter better not fuck this up. Let's hope that Ivan made the right choice hiring Peter. I think I did make the right choice hiring Peter because Peter did the Lord of the Rings trilogy. That's why he's the best guy to do Xanus. And Mel Gibson's good too. He's good for the horror and the biblical symbolism. That's why he's also good too, Mel Gibson. Let's hope Ivan made the right choice of hiring Peter or hiring Mel. I end up making the right choice, and Peter ends up making a masterpiece. And hopefully Ivan and Peter wrote a good script, and me and Peter and Fran and Guillermo del Toro write an amazing script together. I might bring Philip Boyens on board, but I don't need Philip Boyens. I mean, Fran is enough to help me and Peter with a script, right? And Guillermo del Toro will be helping me out too. I only need Guillermo del Toro and Fran helping me and Peter out with the script, and that's enough. We'll finish the script in a good 7-8 months, 3 volumes of Xanus. First year, right? Peter, we got to get the main calls done first. We got to get the script done and the revisions done. And we also have to get the concept arts done. We have to know what all the demonic characters look like, officially look like for the movie, the world, the armor, the weapons, the clothing, the crows, the eagles. We got to make sure we know what they all look like before we even begin flying in the stars early second year to sign the contracts. Sarah? Yeah. 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 I'm gonna tell Peter, man, I want a war better than your Helm's Deep. Yeah, I have no worry about it. We have an unlimited budget. We can easily make a kick-ass war better than my Helm's Deep. Yeah, because I'm putting $333 million towards special effects for each of my volumes. $1 billion divided by 3 is 333, right? 333 is a third of $1 billion. So yeah, $333 million I'm putting towards each of the volumes. Towards visual effects. So Ivan, you want the special effects and visual effects going mainly towards the world building, the demonic characters, and the war and the battle sequences. Yes, the world building, the demonic characters, and the battle sequences. And I'm also putting a good 35, 36 million towards sets. That way you mix the visual effects. You mix the green screen and the blue screen with the set building, and the world looks more natural. It looks amazing. And Peter, I don't want digital IMAX cameras. I want film ones. Okay, otherwise you're going to get the Hobbit look. I don't want your Hobbit look, Peter. I want more your Lord of the Rings look. But Lord of the Rings, the orcs and all of them look way too natural. I don't want the beings and Xanus looking too natural. Hence why you have the actors wear the demonic costume and the mask. Then you apply the visual effects towards them, and they look amazing, but they also look a bit more natural. I don't do it. So you want to mix it a little bit. Yeah, mix it a little bit. Okay. Yeah, Peter, I don't want the full motion capture, Aratat, man, like you did for the Hobbit, man. I did not like your Aslan look. Aratat will be a demon. He'll still be a devil, obviously. It will look a bit cheesy and computery. I don't want that look, Peter. I want him wearing the costume and the mask. Okay, Ivan, that's what you're saying. Yeah, but Ivan, CGI's where it's at, Ivan. I'm like, Peter, for the crows and the eagles, we can have them full CGI. The jaguars can be full CGI. The mosquitoes can be full CGI. The big mosquitoes the size of your hand, right, that bite the people in the mountains. But the demonic characters, I don't want them full CGI. I want them wearing the costume and the mask. Like my Lord of the Rings, Ivan, no, Peter. Not like the Lord of the Rings. Better than an updated mask. The Lord of the Rings characters looked a bit too natural. I'm thinking something more like this. The picture I keep showing you, right? The devil being an Annabelle. The devil being an Annabelle. Yeah. The demonic characters wear a costume and a mask like this. Show Peter this that way he knows, okay, I see what you're saying. So you want them looking more updated. Yeah, like the Lord of the Rings look doesn't look that good. These ones, like if they look like this, that looks good. They wear the costume and a mask like that. That's why you gotta put a good like $60 million, Ivan, towards all the costumes and the masks for all the extras wearing the costume. The extras are also going to wear the costumes and the masks. The civilian demonic characters. And you have Fool, you have Eratat, you have Ephesus. But the wolves, I want them looking like that clip that I keep showing you. Whereas the bats look something like that devil being animal I showed you. But I want the costumes and masks to be something like that devil being animal, Peter. Okay, Ivan, and you want to apply the... For I want the actors to wear the costume and the mask of that picture I showed you, and you apply the hundreds of millions towards special effects and visual effects. They look amazing. So I'm saying, you guys, what I'm saying here? And it ends up being Xanus ends up being a masterpiece. So for the wolves, I want them looking like this. Something like this. They're demons. Yeah, demons like that. Imagine demons like that, guys. Looking at a sick movie, man. Yeah. Demons like that. Previously, Ivan, demons like that? I'm like, yeah, holy shit, I'm looking at a masterpiece. He's a psychotic devil wolf king of the south. I'm like, yeah, holy shit, man. Imagine a 20,000 army looking like that, Ivan. The world's gonna fill for you guys, I know. You're looking at a sick movie. I'm looking at a revolution of horror, I know, Peter. Because I put so much money towards the movie, right? Yeah, man, demons like that guy. Look at that. Demons. Yeah, man. I'm going to show John how to leave these pictures. That way they know. So you want the wolves looking like that? Yeah, I want the wolves looking something like that. Don't copy that, but make it similar. And I want the bats looking something like that. Devil being Annabelle. But I want them 2.5, 3 times scarier. Make Eratat as scary as you can possibly make him, guys. Peter's like, yeah, Peter's like, yeah, guys, make the beings as scary as you possibly make them be. That way the world fills for the actors. And John Howard, like, okay, Ivan, that's what you're saying. And then they draw demons. Yeah. And it'll finally hit Peter once we decided what picture we like best for the demonic characters. And all demonic crows, he's like, holy shit, Ivan, man. He's like you and your actors are gonna be legends, man. The world's gonna fill with you guys, man. You're looking at a masterpiece, Ivan. This is Burning Over the Rings, Ivan. I hope he's Burning Over the Rings. No, Ivan, seriously, man. These beings are gonna make my Orkai army and my remakes look good. Yeah. Well, tell me that, Peter. Yeah. I even imagine like you and your actors fighting like beings like this. Like, you guys are gonna be legends, man. Like, please don't die. Yeah, we're gonna be badass legends, man. Yeah. Yeah, Russell Crowe, I heard, lives in Australia. Australian money is not worth as much as Canadian money, I believe. So Russell Crowe signed like a $100 million deal, I think. He signed like an $89 million deal, whatever it is, right? If he's chosen, right? Yeah, he lives in Australia. Australian money is not worth as much as Canadian money, I believe. So Russell Crowe's son is making even more, right? Okay, so Russell Crowe, let's say, signed an $89 million deal. He's making $99 million in Australian money. So Russell Crowe signed about a $100 million deal if he's chosen for Xanus. He's making more. So Russell Crowe is also lucky, like Peter. Australian money is not worth as much as Canadian money, so he's making even more money, right? So Russell Crowe's chosen. I'll pay him $18 million for his base. Then I can pay him a $9.7 million bonus. I'll give him $55 million. $55 million for the back end box office profits for the role of Maramis, the captain of the Archers, and I can pay him like $3 million for the merch. You can pay him like $3.5 million for the game. So 18 plus 9.7 plus 55 plus 3 plus 3.5. 89.2. He gets 200 like 50K for the promos. That's 89.45. Yeah, Russell Crowe signed about a $100 million deal and about a 90 million Canadian deal, which is like a $199 million deal in his Australian money, and he signed a massive contract, a $100 million deal. Now you see, you guys, why my company blows out of the water. I'll just say 89.5. Yeah, Russell Crowe signed a 99.5 million deal, but if I go speaking and he makes like 500K plus, he signed his 100 million deal, which he most likely will. So if Russell Crowe goes speaking and he makes like 600K in speaking, he signed his 100 million, his 90 million Canadian deal, which is a 100 million Australian deal for Russell Crowe. That's a massive contract. He's walking away with, well, I don't know, 100 million after taxes is 60 million. His agent takes 10% of that. That's $6 million bucks. Russell Crowe's walking away with 56 million in his bank after taxes. A $56 million paycheck. He doesn't make that in Hollywood. Will Smith, Dwayne Johnson doesn't even make $100 million in Hollywood, man. He made his $88 million last year, and now you guys are saying my company blows out of the water. Ivan, what about like $70 million for Russell Crowe for the back end? I'm like you guys think I'm stupid, man. I'm not gonna have Russell Crowe rip me off. He's only worth like $121 million. I'm not gonna pay him $70 million in the back. He's not worth that, man. He gets $55 million for his back end. He gets his $18 million base and his $9.7 million bonus. I can pay him $3 million for the merch and $3.5 million for the game. That's good enough. Yeah. Samsara? He signed a 90 million Canadian deal, which is a 100 million deal in his Australian money. Russell Crowe's walking away with like 54 million in his bank, whatever it is. After taxes, that's a lot of money for Russell Crowe. He doesn't make that in Hollywood, Samsara. It's a massive contract for him. I admit to I don't even make this in Hollywood. Yeah, Russell, I make like my 20 in Hollywood. Yeah, and I sign you to your 90, which is a 100 million euro Australian money. It's a massive contract for Russell Crowe. Some Sarah? Yeah. A 100 million deal. So Russell Crowe will be the highest paid actor in Xanus if he's chosen. He's making the big bucks. He's making way more than everyone else. Yeah. But he's much bigger than everyone else. That's why I'm paying way more. Yeah, and Timothy Chalamet, I can pay him like 10.2. If he's worth like 40 million by then, which looks like he will, you can pay him 10.2. And I can give Timothy Chalamet 16 million of the back end. And I can pay him 2.3 million for the game and give him like $1.2 million, $1.3 million for the merch. So he signed like his 30 million deal. And he gets the $250K for the promos and his speaking earnings if we go speaking. He signed a 30 million deal, which is like a 20 million deal in American money. 20 million after taxes is 12 million. And his agent takes 10% of that. That's what, 1.2? So Timothy Chalamet is walking away with like 11 something million in his bank. He's $11 million richer. That's a lot of money. Timothy Chalamet doesn't make that in Hollywood, man. He makes like his 4 or 5 in Hollywood. Yeah, I'm paying him more money what they make in Hollywood. Yeah. You got the news. I don't know if Russell Crowe is chosen. You got the news. Russell Crowe signs massive $90 million deal. $90 million deal in for the Xanus movie project, which is a $100 million deal in his Australian money. So he signed a $100 million deal. Russell Crowe with his Australian money. That's a massive contract, man. Like Dwayne Johnson doesn't even make that, man. Yeah, that's what my company blows out of the water. Yeah, man. So guys with hate will blow out of the water, man. I said, you Hollywood, man. It's better than Hollywood. Yeah, it's better than Hollywood. Alright, does it come with perks? Yes, it comes with perks. It comes with perks, man. It comes with perks, I'm sorry. Yeah. But beware of Russell Crowe's agent, I mean. His agent's greedy. His agent's greedy, I'm sorry. Russell Crowe's agent's a greedy pig. Timothy Chalamet's agent's a greedy pig. All the actors' agents are greedy pigs. And you gotta be careful with that stuff, Ivan. Yeah, they're greedy pigs, those guys. Yeah, man. They're greedy pigs. Yeah. Some center. Yeah, some of the actors for Xanus might be pissed off that Russell Crowe is making way more. And I'm like, yeah, the reason why Russell Crowe is making way more than you guys is because he's much bigger than you guys. Like, the biggest guy after Russell Crowe was Idris Elba, I think. He's only worth $50 million. By then, he might be worth $60 million. He's not as big as Russell Crowe, Idris Elba. Idris Elba is a big, smaller A-lister, but he's not a bigger A-lister. Russell Crowe's a big, powerful A-list actor. And that's why I'm paying him more of the big bucks. Obviously. But I'm still making sure Idris Elba gets paid. Idris Elba signed like his 26, 27 million deal. He's getting paid. And don't forget, he doesn't contribute as much to the role. Well, no, he contributes to the role, but he's a bit more of a minor character. He's only in the prologue. He's the main character of the prologue, which is like 40 minutes of the movie. And you don't see him until the end of Volume 3. That's why I'm not going to overpay him. I'm still paying Idris Elba the big bucks. If Don Cheadle's chosen, I'm still paying him like a 28 million deal. He's still getting paid. But Russell Crowe's bigger than those guys. That's why I'm paying him more money. He's making the big bucks, obviously. Some Sarah? Yeah. I told you, even though Russell Crowe signed, I don't know, his 100 million Australian deal, $90 million Canadian deal, he's still not making the money Peter's making, right? Peter's making way more than everyone else. Yeah. It's embarrassment, man. Peter might tell me, Ivan, you shouldn't make my salary public, man. Like, the actor's really pissed off. I'm like, Peter, who cares if they're pissed off? Like, it's not your problem. Yeah, it's not their problem, obviously. But the actors might be a bit pissed off because Peter's making way more than everyone else. He signed his $1 billion+ deal, man, Peter. He has $1 billion+ deal. It's a huge contract. He's making way more than everyone else. The amount of money all the actors are making is pocket change compared to Peter's contract. But Peter's much bigger than them, that's why I'm paying him way more than them. And he's also my big star director. That's why you got to make sure he gets paid, obviously, right? Yeah, you have to pay him. He has to get paid, right? Yeah. Yeah. People tell me, yeah, Ivan, Russell Crowe's good for Maramis, the captain of the Archer, but, like, for him, you gotta pay him the big bucks, Ivan. Yeah, all right, Peter, I can use you for it. Yeah, I can use you for it. Yeah. You gotta give him a nice piece of the back end. You gotta pay him. You gotta put more money into the movie to pay him a rich salary and bonus. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pay him good money for the game. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, don't worry, Peter, I can afford it. I don't mind putting in an extra, like, $40 million into the salary budget. I'll make my money back. The pay Russell Crowe was $18 million and his $9.7 million bonus, and Timothy Chalamet is 10.2, and yeah, and he gets $60 million at the back end, obviously. Timothy Chalamet, Sarah. Yeah, but chances are I'm gonna choose Yvonne Joji. I think he's best for the part, or Dev Patel. But I might choose Timothy Chalamet. You never know, right? And I might choose Russell Crowe too. He's gonna help build the buzz for my Xanus movie. And he's a Northern. He's a badass archer. You know Legolas in Lord of the Rings? Yeah, he's a badass archer like Legolas. Peter will be like, Ivan, if you think Maramis, the actor for Maramis in your movie, if you think Legolas was bad, like Maramis, the archer will be more badass than Legolas, Ivan. Think of Legolas on steroids. Because you put so much money towards special effects. And I trained the actors well, too. The actors all got, like, good training. So I'll be doing a year's worth of training for Xanus. A year of training. Because I want the actors to look badass in the movie. And once they do their training, you see them in the movie and they're badass fucking fighters, man. Whereas for Lord of the Rings, the actors got very little training and they still look pretty badass, right? I heard Viggo and all of them didn't get much training for the movie. And they still look badass. Well, I'm doing a year's worth of training. So you do the math how badass these actors are going to be. The Northern, especially the Northerns. Like John Boyega, I'm saying, Jimo Hansu are going to be badass. I'm going to be badass in the movie. And Don Cheadle or Viggo or Russell Crowe, they're going to be badass in the movie, man. They're going to be badass movie stars, yeah. Fighting all the demon beings, right? Demon bats, demon wolves. You're looking at a sick movie, yeah. Looking like that, man, you're looking at a sick movie. Yeah. So Maramis is the captain of the archers. And then Cassius is a general of the army. Of the entire army. Maramis is not the general of the army, he's the captain of the archers. So if Russell Crowe's chosen, he'll be the captain of the archers in the movie. Obviously, looking at a sick movie. And Jimo Hansu will be the general of the army. And I'm the Prince of Xanus. Obviously. The Xanian army is also Taki's army, because he's the prince, obviously. But Cassius is the general of the army. You guys know what I'm saying here? Yeah. You'll see what I mean when you read the book. Yeah. Almost done here, guys. I talked for an hour and like 10 minutes so far. About 10 minutes, hour and 10 minutes. And hence why the Gates want to control your brand, Ivan. They know how good it is, man. The Gates know how good your brand is, man. They want to control it, yeah. Ivan will if you sell out to us, we'll put you immediately in Hollywood. We'll make you into Hollywood stars. We'll put you with Penguin Random House, the best book publishing company in the world. You'll be on a Jimmy Fallon show with VJ. You'll have book signing sessions. You'll be featured on magazines, Hollywood Reporter, and we'll have Hollywood make your movie, Ivan, and you'll be the star of the movie. I'm like, guys, why the fuck would I sell to the Hollywood system when I have my own keys? I don't have to sell to you, and I can control my Xanus Brand and make my billions on my book. And with that money, I can start my own Foolsville bare knowledge companies. Why the fuck would I sell to Hollywood? I have the keys. I don't have to sell to you, man. Yeah, man. Why the fuck would I sell? I have the keys. I don't have to sell to you. I can open my own door myself. Yeah. I can open the door myself, guys. I don't have to sell to you. That's why I got to give me the keys. Because I can sell to the gates, my glory and fame is now all behind the scenes. But I told you, all the Xanus stars who are chosen, once they sign their contracts, whenever they hang around, wherever they hang around, people are going to take videos and pictures of them trying on X. And fans are going to be coming up with them and interviewing them too with their phones. So you have people interviewing them, but it's people, a random person with a phone. They interview the actors and everything. Yeah, and some of it's trying on X. Yeah, it's crazy. They interview me and VJ with their phones too. You see some of the clips on. You see like a 2 minute, 1 minute. They're gonna be short clips, obviously. A 1 minute, 2 minute clip. They interview me and VJ. It's trending on X. It's crazy. Yeah, man. Some Sarah. Yeah, man, it's crazy. Yeah. So Daniel Kaluuya will compete hard. Yeah, Daniel Kaluuya will compete hard with John Boyega. He's going to destroy the audition tape too, because he wants that job so bad. Dev Patel will destroy the audition tape. He wants that job so bad. Avon Georgia will destroy the audition tape. He wants that job so bad. Timothy Chalamet will destroy the audition tape. He wants that job so bad. Yeah, everyone wants a job badly, man. Russell Crowe, Vigo, Don Cheadle are going to destroy the role too. Jimon Su will destroy the role. He wants that job badly, obviously. Some Sarah. I don't think anyone's better than Jimon Hansu for Cassius. He has that look of a leader. You can picture him as a general of the army. People would tell me, yeah, Ivan, Jimon Hansu is good for Cassius. He looks like you. He's dark. I can picture him as a general of the Zayn army, Ivan. Yeah, I know. You know, Ivan, Angie was good for Queen Sarah, too. Ivan, you chose the right actors, man. Like, all your actors are good for the role. I can picture Danielle Menez marry Ivan. I know, Peter. Ivan, you chose the right cast. You're all prepped, though. I'm like, yeah, Peter, I'm all prepped. He's like, holy shit, Ivan. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I can picture John Mike Davis as Eli. He even kind of looks like VJ Ivan. Yeah, the leader of Cyrus. The only problem is his age, Peter. Oh, Ivan, don't worry about it. It'll be fine. We'll have a nutrition platform. We'll be fine, Ivan. I was like, it's Peter's blind my view. Ivan, he'll make it. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. It's Peter's blind my screen for the movie. It's actually 40 years in, yeah. Yeah. Peter, is 16 cameras enough? I mean, that's enough. You don't want to waste money. Yeah, I don't want to waste money and get like 30 cameras. We don't use half our cameras. 16 cameras is enough for the movie. We can rent 16, maybe 17 cameras for the movie. That's enough. The film IMAX cameras. Yeah. That's going to cost me, I don't know. The quote for the cameras, the best drones, and the cameras will cost me and Peter like $20 million. Because my budget's so big, it's pocket. Yeah, Ivan, it's pocket. The budget's unlimited, Ivan. Yeah, it's unlimited, Peter. It's unlimited. We can easily pay $20 million for all the cameras and the equipment for the cameras, right? It's pocket use. We can easily afford it. My budget's huge. I have a $1.8 million budget, yeah. And Peter will take that stress on me when I make all the calls for the main things. You know, yeah, Ivan, don't worry about it, man. I know all the best stuff to get for all the departments, for visual effects, for editing, for VFX, for sound mixing. You know what I'm saying? I know all the best cameras. I know all the best over the cameras. I know all the best drones. I know all the best stuff for the tools, for the armor weapons, for the clothing, for the costumes, for the mask. I know about that stuff, Ivan. And Peter, I'm like, holy shit, Peter knows this shit. Yeah, Ivan, I have my own Red digital company. I know all the best stuff for visual effects, Ivan. And Peter takes a trust on me, and we end up getting all the best stuff for the movie. When you make the calls, right? Yeah. Get all the best stuff for the movie, yeah. Yeah, man. But my accountant and Peter have to help me keep tabs with the budget, and BJ too. Yeah, they have to help me keep tabs with the budget. Yeah, every month, Peter, I need you helping me keeping tabs. Yeah, I'm not helping you out. Yeah, we gotta know how much money is getting burned every month. That way we keep tabs on how much money. A lot of money will be getting burned, but because my budgets are limited, it's enough, obviously. Some Sarah. The big cost for the movie is the main things. Yeah, the cameras, the equipment for the cameras, the visual effects equipment, obviously, the costumes, armor, and weapons and machines for the mask, obviously, the money going towards the visual effects itself. That's like the bulk of the budget. The visual effects is the really big part of the budget. Obviously, the extras and the set building, that stuff is like the bulk of the budget. Whereas everything else is like all pocket change. It won't cost that much. And salaries. Salaries will be draining a good chunk of the budget. The whole 400, I don't know, 10 million or 440 million if I choose Timmy Chalamet and Russell Crowe will be drained. Once I pay everyone, the whole thing will get drained, obviously. Well, I'm probably going to have a good maybe 50 million, 60 million left over in the budget after I pay for everything. But my budget's so huge, it's unlimited, man. Maybe even 100 million left in the budget. Yeah, because the budget's so huge once filming is done. But if I have 100 million left in the budget, I'll put more of it towards visual effects. Yeah, Peter, if I have a good 100 million left over in the budget once filming is done, everything got drained, I can put an additional maybe 60 million, 50 million into visual effects. Yeah, I mean, you might as well. Yeah, we make an even better movie, right? And that's what someone heard it from my movie, man. A revolution of technology, revolution of horror. It's crazy. But you gotta save a bit of money because I have to. If we go world touring, you have to pay for all your actors, living, traveling, feeding expenses, and transportation expenses. It'll cost me maybe $2-3 million. You also gotta save money for the red carpet event. For the red carpet event, I'm flying all the cast and crew privately to Switzerland. You have to pay for their flight going there and going back home. They're flown privately. And you gotta make sure you have enough money, which I will. I might have maybe 180, 60 million left over in the budget after everything gets drained. Once production ends, obviously, right? Yeah. But the whole thing will get drained. The whole thing will get drained, man. The 1.8 billion all gets drained. Yeah. But because I put so much money towards the movie, we're looking at a sick movie. A sick movie, yeah. So, sorry? Yeah, man. Some Sarah? After I watch this show, I'm going to watch some Rad. Maybe an hour of part 9. I'm on part 9. I'm catching up. And then I'll go on the travel and I'm going to go to bed. I have work tomorrow at 8 at Dinty's. Yeah. So, Sarah? So, Ivan, if you make 20 million off the book, yes, if I make 20 million off the book, then I'll give Peter $850 million of the back end of the box office. And I can give him $250 million for the game. Well, I'm not giving any more than $180 million for the merch. So Peter signed a 1.3 billion deal in Canadian money, which is a 1.6 billion deal in his New Zealand money. Yeah. 85 plus 850 plus 250 plus 180 is a 1,365,000,000 deal in Canadian money. So Peter signed like a 1.6 million deal in his own money. 1,365. Yeah, so if Peter makes that, if I make my 20 billion, he signed a 1,365,000,000 deal in Canadian money, which is a 1,672,000,000 deal in his New Zealand money. If I make that, Peter signed a 1.6 billion deal. So Peter will be walking away with like, I don't know, 800 million in his bank after taxes. It's crazy, man. It's a huge deal. What about double that? I'm like, Peter, I'm not going to pay you double, man. You're fucking greedy. I'm not going to pay you 2 billion. You're fucking crazy, man. What I'm paying you is enough. Yeah, I'm just messing you, man. This is more than money for me. His A is like, holy shit, even like a 1.3, if I make 20, right? A 1.3 billion deal for Peter for in Canadian money, which is like a 1.6 billion deal in New Zealand money. Holy shit, that's a huge deal. Peter's like, holy shit, that's a lot of gold. Yeah, Peter, I'm paying you how much almost the entire budget of the movie is, man. I'm paying you a lot of money. You're walking away, I don't know, 800 million in your bank after taxes. That's a lot of money for you, Peter. Yeah, that's a lot of gold for me. That's enough. I can retire after this. I never have to work again in Hollywood. You know, I said, yeah, Peter might retire after he does Xanus because he got paid so much money. Obviously. Pay Peter a lot of money the way you keep him happy, but if Peter gets greedy and what about $1 billion? I'm like, Peter, you're getting greedy. I'm not going to give you $1 billion to rollies. You're fucking crazy, man. 850 is enough. If I make 20, if I make my 17, 18, I can give you 800 instead of 850. And if I make like 15, 16, I can give you 750. You see what I'm saying? If I make 14, 13, I can give you 700. And if I make 10 to 12, you get 650. Even if Peter gets 650, he's still signed his 900 million Canadian deal, which is a 1.1 billion deal in New Zealand money. I still have master contract, but it's not as much as the other deal, which is like a 1.6 billion deal in New Zealand money, 1.3 billion deal in Canadian money. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And Peter's like, holy shit, Ivan. He's like, yeah, Ivan, sign it. That's a lot of money, Ivan. That's a lot of gold. Like, Peter, you happy? Yeah, I'm happy. His answer, that's going to do for Peter, Ivan. That's a huge deal. Holy shit, you're very generous, Ivan. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, Ivan, that's going to do for Peter, Ivan. You know what I'm saying? Peter's like, Ivan, sign me up. That's a good deal for me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he signs that contract with that master contract, Peter. Yeah. Hence why maybe it's a bad idea to make Peter's contract public. I don't mind making the Hollywood actors' contract public. Maybe Peter's contract, I might just keep it low key. Because the Hollywood actors will be a bit pissed off about that. Like, I'm paying Peter way more than them. It's an embarrassment of riches, yeah. It's a huge contract. But no, I'll make it public because you guys are going to see how much I'm paying in the documentary. I might as well make it public. And you get the news, Peter signs massive deal with Sky Stores for the Last of Us movie project. You see his contract, he signed his like 900 million Canadian deal, 1.1 billion deal, or his 1.3 billion, 1.2 billion, like 1.4, 1.5, 1.6 billion is in his own money. How much I pay him, right? Yeah, it's a huge deal. Peter signed. Sarah? He's like, holy shit, your company blows out of the water, man. You're paying me way more money than what I made for like Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings I only made by $250 million, Ivan. You're paying me like 900 million, like, or no, I'm saying 1.3 million. Like, holy shit, that's a lot of money, Ivan. That's a lot of gold, Ivan. And you're also giving me a 1 million budget. Yes, I'm making sure you get paid here. That way, you work really hard for me, and you're sharing it. You're sharing the gold, the gold and success with me, obviously. Obviously, at the same time, I want you to work hard for me. I'm giving you an unlimited budget. You're paying me all this money. You're also giving me that like 1.8 million budget. I'm like, yeah, Peter. He's like, holy shit, Ivan. And that's why I'll have that smile on his face, Peter, because he signed a huge deal. He's getting paid, and I gave him an unlimited budget to work with for the movie. Yeah, man. Peter Jackson signed the biggest movie contract in history. No director, even Steven Spielberg doesn't make that. Yeah, like Peter Jackson signed the biggest contract ever in movie history. Ever in movie history, yeah. Mel Gibson signed one of the biggest movie contracts ever, but it's not the kind of money Peter's making. Mel Gibson signed his 450 million deal, whatever. It's a massive contract, but it's not the money Peter's making. Because Peter's bigger than Mel. He's much bigger than Mel, Samsara. Yeah. That's why Xanus will be a masterpiece, man. Yeah. Before I show the camera here, I'll show you guys Prince of Egypt. That way you guys get an idea of the axis of Sapphires. I'm going to show Peter this clip. Yeah, Ivan, they're all scared with torches in the mountains and the caverns. Yeah, they're scared and the demon bats are there. Yes, Peter. I bet Peter knows. Okay, play the clip. Skip it. Yeah, here's some of this for the Exodus guys. Except less people, right? Yeah, in Sapphires and Aratat and his 20,000 army are marching. Looking at a sick movie, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, look at that sick movie, man. Yeah, picture something like that for the Exodus. Except it's not like they're not wearing clothes like that and all stuff. It's a fantasy world, but you guys get the picture, right? This is a scene I'm going to show Peter. So you see them with torches? Yeah, they're scared. You know what I'm saying? And picture some of this for the mountains of Gilead. See that? They're scared with torches? Yeah. This scene right here. Picture some of this for when the Saphians and Tachys and all them and his cousins, they journey through the mountains of Gilead, and they don't know what they're facing. All the demon bats, and they journey through through the mountains. You have the mosquitoes, obviously. You have the mosquitoes, obviously, and you have the jaguars, and they journey through the cavern city, which is like Moria, and they're scared with torches, and all the demon bats live there, man. They're demons. Show Peter this clip here. Please, Ivan, I see what you're saying. Ivan, thank you. Gave me some ideas. Yeah, I gave me some ideas, Peter. See that? Yeah. Yeah. Show Peter these clips the way he knows. The way you help him out, Ivan. Oh, Ivan, thank you, man. You gave me some ideas. They're all scared with torches. Oh my God, Peter. Holy shit. You know what I'm saying? And then finally get Peter's mind. Ivan, you're looking at a match, and Aratat's demonic 20,000 army are marching? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, he's like, holy shit, I'm looking at our matches, Ivan. Yeah, your movie will top my Lord of the Rings, but this is a deep, powerful story. I know, Peter. It's a deep, powerful story. He's like, holy shit. You know what I'm saying? Ivan, you're looking at an amazing movie, Ivan. I'm saying, Ivan, can I get like a bit more of that, Ivan? I'm like, no, Peter, I'm not paying you more. Stop being greedy, Samsara. Because Peter's salivating over my brand, he wants more money. I'm like, Peter, man, I'm not paying more money, man. You're fucking greedy, man. What I'm paying you is enough. I'm just messing with you, man. I'm just greedy. I want more money. I want to make a chunk of that. I'm like, no, Peter, you're greedy. You're playing by your greed. He's greedy, Peter. He's a greedy pig, son. Well, tell me, I'm just messaging you, man. What you're paying me is enough. I'm just greedy. Yeah, Peter, stop being greedy, man. Samsara. Hence why Xanus will be the best one you ever made, guys. You're looking at a powerful story and a deeper story than Lord of the Rings. People tell me, Ivan, like, your story's on a much deeper level than even my Lord of the Rings. Like, you're looking at a huge actress. I can afford 5,000 actors in Switzerland. I can easily afford it. Pay them $180 a day. It'll take us a good, maybe, I don't know, a week and a half to film that mountain scene. It only cost me like 100, I don't know. What's 180 times 5,000? That's wrong. 180. Oh, sorry. Times 5,000. 900,000. It'll take us a good, maybe, I don't know, 4 days to film the mountain scene. So it's only costing me $4 million on the budget. And I'm going to have a good, like, 38, even $40 million budget towards extras. So I can easily afford to pay for all the gatherings and everything. It's all pocket change. Because it'll only take maybe 3 days to film the mountain scene. Maybe a week to film the scene in the caverns, and I can afford it. Because we can afford it, yeah, we can afford it. I can easily afford it. Because I have like a $40 million budget towards extras. I gave you on the budget, yeah. Yeah, I even imagine 5,000 extras like Prince of Egypt. They're journeying through the mountains. You have the big mosquitoes biting them, you know what I'm saying? You have the jaguars, they journey through the caverns, and the demon bats live in there, like Moria. And Takism have to fight the demon bats. You're looking at a masterpiece, Ivan. You also have the big war in the end with the wolves, with Aratat and all. That's all I'm going to say. You know what I'm saying? You have the war in Volume 1. You have the battle scene in Volume 2 with Tacitus and Cassius, and there are 50 men with a fool and all of them. You have the politics. You're looking at a masterpiece, Ivan. I know, Peter. This is Lord of the Rings, Ivan. I know, Peter. It's better than Lord of the Rings. Ivan, fuck New Line, man. Like, Bob Shane and Michael Lynn owed me money. They gave me a shitty $9 million budget for Lord of the Rings. You gave me almost a $2 million budget. You paid me way more money. You gave me better perks. And, like, I'm going to work much harder for you than I did for fucking Lord of the Rings, Ivan. People tell me that. Fuck Hollywood, Ivan. Your company blows out of the water. I know it blows out of the water, Peter. It blows out of the water, yeah. This is going to have crazy worldwide buzz. I know, Peter. It's going to have crazy worldwide buzz, man. Zane's will have crazy worldwide buzz, man. It's going to be crazy. Yeah, man. This has been crazy. This has been crazy, man. Yeah, man. This has been crazy. Oh, Samurai Turned Pretty is on its final season. I saw the 2 seasons of Samurai Turned Pretty. It's a sick show. You have the love triangle with the 2 brothers. Yeah. Yeah. Conrad and Jeremiah, right? Yeah, that's a good show. I recommend you guys watch The Semi-Turn Parade. That's a sick show. It's on its final season. Only 3 seasons. You're ending after 3 seasons? That's a good show, man. I love that show. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's why Xanus will be the best movie ever made. Nothing will top that. Xanus will be better than the Lord of the Rings. It'll be better than Star Wars, the Star Wars originals. It'll be better than The Matrix. It'll be better than The Godfather. It'll be better than Harry Potter. You know what I'm saying? It'll be better than Gladiator 2, man. Gladiator, you can argue, is one of the best sword movies ever made, right? I like Lord of the Rings better than Gladiator, but individually, you can argue Gladiator is better than some of the Lord of the Rings movies, right? Yeah. I think that's the best movie ever made. Best movie trilogy ever made, man. No, I'm not kidding around, guys. Looking at the best movie trilogy ever made, man. Yeah, man. Even though The Great Escape will be an amazing movie, it's not Xanus. Xanus will beat out The Great Escape. And it'll have much crazier buzz than The Great Escape. Hence why, if you think John Campion, Ron May Burnett, and all these guys in Star Wars Theater Near Tooth and Critical Drinker and like Midnight Edge go crazy for these movies coming out, nothing, man. They're going absolutely bonkers. I'm gonna tell the editors when they release the trailers, look, man, when you guys release the trailers for Volume 3, for the end of Volume 3, show a bit of the Exodus and Aratat's demonic army marching and the bats where you build buzz for the world. Okay, Ivan, they show that and the world's going crazy. Holy shit, those bats are devils. Those mosquitoes are creepy. Yeah, you imagine mosquitoes the size of your hand biting the people in the mountains. They're huge mosquitoes the size of your hand, like mutated mosquitoes, kind of like King Kong, and they're biting the people. When they during the Exodus. Yeah, I think that's a sick movie. That's why Xanus is the best movie ever made, and hence why the Gates want to control your brand item, but they're not touching down my money, and hence you're welcome, VJ. Anyways, there's video, guys. I talked for an hour and 37 minutes. That's good enough. Hope you guys enjoyed this show. Stay tuned. I'll make a video tomorrow after my shift at Dinty's. This is Ivan Amera. I'm signing off. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed this 2-video marathon today from Ivan Amera. Peace out, guys. Don't hate me, son. Bye.